Right, guys, now Pete's finished his bingo, I'd better actually go across the road and start doing some work on the floor of the bingo across the road.
Holding up progress.
This was the reason
You've been evicted from the Big Brother house.
This was the reason I only came over to say hello and get a coffee. I ended up promoting his bingo.
That's it. He won't even. See what I mean, viewers? He won't even put a kettle on at his own place.
That's true. Well, to be fair, my kettle is in the arcade side and I'm working in the bingo side. So I'm going across to the bingo now. So this is a treat. This is going to be 2 videos in one day today. I promise I'll do one video a day for the whole month. But it looks like you're going to get 2 videos today. So I'm just going across the road now. Look, try not to get run over. There we're on Chapel Street. It's very quiet, as you can see. Hello, how are you?
One of your subscribers, pleased to meet you.
I'm good, great to meet you. All right, are you guys?
You had a good Christmas?
Excellent, thank you very much. I love the yellow wellies. See you later. Right, so we're just going over to the bingo now. And I better actually start doing some proper work. Now I've had a bit of a sit down in the sky with Pete's. So, I'll just get the keys out. I've got the keys somewhere. Here we go. Right, guys, I'll see you when I get inside. Right, guys, I'm here now. So this is the last one I've got to do. So this is what it looks like at the moment. I'll just move the rubbish bag out the way and the fire extinguishers. So I need to give myself a little bit of room to work with now. So just move this stuff out of the way. So, as you can see, this is the main problem here. So what I need to do is I need to rip this bit up here so I can get underneath and put some stanchions underneath to hold it. Because I know underneath is a concrete floor, then about 1.5 foot gap. So if I put some stanchions underneath, it should hold it. Now to gain access to that, I'm going to have to rip this bit up here. So I will rip that bit up now and then we'll have a look and see what it looks like underneath. See you in 1 second, guys. So guys, what I'm doing first is I'm taking this board up. This is where you walk in, one of these things to cleaning your feet. I'm taking this up first so I can gain access to underneath there and put the stanchions in. Now, I'm just having to try and find the screws because I screwed this down years ago and obviously with people walking over it, it's difficult to find the screws. So as soon as this comes up, I'll show you what it looks like underneath. So you can see what I'm doing at the moment. And then once I've got this up, we'll go underneath and have a look at where I need to stick the struts to actually hold the thing up and make sure it doesn't bounce anymore and it's nice and solid. And what I'll do is at the same time is I will strengthen this floor here at the front. There's no problem at the front, but while I've got it up, I may as well strengthen it just to make sure it doesn't give me any problems in the future. This is preventative maintenance. So a lot of what I'm doing at the moment is not only identifying problems that I've got, it's identifying problems that I could have in the future. So it's better to go overboard and stick stanchions there before I have these same problems. Because obviously with the football, with the electric chairs, with the heavy people, this is all becoming a problem and everybody goes through this entrance here. So I'm going to put some more stanchions under there just to make sure that it's nice and solid and this isn't going to give me problems in the future. Right, I'm going to have to take this saloon door here off as well because it's not letting me gain access. This door is designed, Alan had it put in years ago so he could close it that way so people would look into the bingo and with the doors open. So I'll have to take this off. I'll put it back, but that's not letting me gain access to the bottom here. So I'll whip this door off now and hopefully I can get this panel up because it's sticking at the bottom at the moment. Right guys, this is what it looks like underneath. Now we can obviously see what's going on here. This bit of the floor rotted because of the water coming in. These stanchions here are pretty solid. They're actually well solid. If I remember right, these are ones I put in a few years ago, and they're definitely doing the job. There's no problem with that. But the problem under here is where the wood here, this is absolutely knackered. So what I've got to do is I'll just go and get the torch. Okay, with fairness to Pete, I'll say I haven't borrowed any tools, but this is Pete's torch. I did borrow Pete's torch. So if I just, you can see where all the wood fell off underneath. It's just gone rotten basically. There's a beam across there, yeah, there's a beam across there. You can see that beam there, which is rotted and collapsed. So this isn't a particularly big job. It's actually a lot less than I was expecting. So that will just take a couple of beams going from the floor, because underneath all this debris is a solid floor. So all I'll do is I'll stick some stanchions going upwards to hold on the floor, which will resolve the bouncing problem. I'll stick one there, and okay, look here. You see that there? You can see where there's a brickwork there, and the board that have holders have rotted. So if I take them out and we got brickwork there, and put a new block between the brickwork and that floor there, that will resolve that problem. So to be fair, it's not as big a problem. It looks worse than it is. See, what you've got in here as well is you've got some of the old floor mounts as well, because this is, over the years, this has been replaced several times. Because what happened years ago is outside where the drains are, it was blocked up, and every time a car drove past, it used to splash water inside, which rotted all the joists in here. So I replaced the joists here a few years ago. I don't know, about probably, I don't know, maybe 5-10 years ago. Oh, look at this. Oh, look, guys. I found the pound coin. We found the treasure. There's a treasure, there's a pound coin. So who lost a pound coin when we're playing bingo? There's a pound coin. We found the treasure. I'm happy now. No signs of Leroy under here, but we found the treasure. So I'm going to stick a block on that bit there to start with, where that wood there is rotted, just there on the left hand side of the video, and then that should stop a lot of it. And then I'll stick some joists going straight from the floor straight to the top, and then screw into that to stop this bounce. And I need to do a little bit there, because you can see how it's slightly sagging there. You see where it goes along there, and it slightly sags there. So this is going to be a combination of rotting wood and a lot overuse. So it's that simple. If I go inside here, once you just go inside, you can actually see. I'll just get my hand inside. Yep. Look, here's the joist. Here's the old joist. There we go. And it's completely rotted, which is fine. You know, this is hundreds of years old, so I'm just going to replace them joists. Okay, guys. Well, as you can see, guys, I've put the first beam there going onto a concrete floor and then straight up to the top. I'm going to put another one there against the wall, and I'm going to stick one over there as well to stop it all. And I'll also stick a couple in the back. So I'm going to put loads and loads of beams. But this is basically what I'm doing here. Now, this is treated wood I'm putting in here, and it's got concrete floor. So once I've done this, this is going nowhere. Okay? Because what was happening, there was a panel that went across the floor, the old floor, and obviously the bingo's been put on top of it, and water's got beneath it, which has made it a little bit dodgy. But here we go. So that's where I started, and I'm just going to put another few beams in now. See you in a second, guys. So I'm just measuring up the next stanchion, the next piece of wood. Now here's a tip for guys and girls. let's not be sexist about it. On what this is for is when you're measuring something, like I have done there, and you want to draw a straight line, this here, if you put that flush against the wood there, that line there, that's what it's designed for, so you know you'll get a true line. So you measure it in the centre, that's actually 17.5 inches, which is 44.5 centimetres for those of you, the younger generation who are all into this metric. I'm into imperial because I'm old. So that's 17.5 inches, and you literally just draw a line by using that as a guide. So you put that straight on there and you know it's going to be flush. So that's the next one. I'm also not messing about with little poxy screws. I'm going to have some proper bolt screws going in, so we go right down and it will secure it properly. So all I've got to do first is just put a pilot hole in there somewhere. So then when I put that in, it'll sink it and nobody will trip up on it. But I'm going to put some proper screws in it so it actually holds it down properly. It shouldn't come away anyway, but I'm going to go overboard on this. As you can see, that's right plumb against the wall there. And I'm going to put proper bolts in it so there's no way it's going to come out. As you can see, I've got to screw each side of it just to put it in place. And then I've just stuck into there a countersink. So that will go straight into there, the way round obviously. And that will go flush with the floor so nobody trips over it. So, as I say, these two screws here are just to hold the block in place. Then I will stick a proper bolt into it to make sure it's fully secure. There you go. So it'll go in there and I'll just screw that down now. And if by magic, there we go, that's flush. So nobody's going to trip over that. There's one here for some reason. There seems to be, don't know what the hell this is doing here. So I'll take that over, take that out. But I can use that bolt anyway for one of the ones I'm going to put at the back. There seems to be quite a few bolts here. Don't quite know what all these bolts are for, but we'll work it out. Obviously, these bolts must have been bolted to the old piece of wood that was below. But I'm not really happy with this, where they're protruding. So that's a bit of a trip hazard. So I'll take them bolts out and I'll re-sink them, because I just don't like that idea at all. Let's get rid of these bolts and let's sink it all properly. As I've said in plenty of videos, if you're going to do a job, do it right. Because I don't want to have to keep coming back and doing it again and again. I want to do the job and then know it's secure, it's safe, and I'm not going to have the same problems next year. Because one, I don't want to do the same things next year, and two, I'll be a year older and it's getting harder work every year to do it. Okay, so once I've put all the stanchions in here, two there which are already in, I'm going to stick one at the back there and one underneath there. Then I'm just noticing I've got a slight bounce here, so I'll deal with that bounce here as well. Okay, so it's just a slight bounce, but I can deal with that at the same time. I'll just stick a stanchion under here to the floor. See you in the next sound. Might as well do it while it's up. See you later, guys. So this is the next piece of wood I'm going to cut. Now what I've done is I've signed it and put the year. So in 100 years time, when some archaeologist goes underneath this floorboards and he wants to see what's going on, because this is going to last 100 years at least, yeah? Now, the chances are the big elf will be here, but I won't. So when somebody goes underneath, they'll go, what is Higgitt? Who went? That was 2024. That was 100 years ago he put this in. And look how it's lasted. So, there's my signature for all the historians who are going to see this in 100 years' time. As you can see, guys, I've put the stanchions in there. I put the ones in the back, and I'm just putting the last one in now. And I'm just about to bolt in that stanchion there. So this is absolutely solid now. Doesn't matter how much weight goes on it, this is going absolutely nowhere. Because I say, it's going directly onto a concrete floor, And this is really sturdy beams, and these beams are treated beams, so I'm not going to get any wood rot or anything like that. And as you can see, I'm using proper bolts. Okay, I'll see you once I start putting it back together. Right, there's always something, isn't there, guys? Where I put the stanchions there, I'm going to have to cut out 2 bits of the flooring here to allow me to put it back in, because you can see it goes, that's about what, 6-7 inches. Yep. So I'm going to have to cut it off this side where you see I've marked it to allow it to go from the stanchions, because it obviously goes underneath the bingo floor here by about 6-7 inches. So I'm going to need to cut that out first, so then I can slot it in properly. Okay, there's always something. Okay, see you in a bit, guys. Right, guys, because I'm going to have to cut these bits out, I've had to go over to Happy Days Tool Hire and borrow Pete's grinder. So no doubt I'll be doing loads of videos of me not having any tools and me having to borrow his tools. So it was just easier to borrow his grinder. But Pete's used to being on grinder anyway, so I'll see you in 1 second. So as you can see, I've cut one out so far, and I'm halfway through cutting the other one out. But the grinder's overheated, so it's shut down. So I just need to make it have a thermal cutout on it. So I just need to wait for it to cool down a bit. So there you go. That's basically what I've got to do, is cut them 2 out, so then they can actually fit around them 2 stanchions at the front because of the overhang that goes underneath the bingo, and then screw it down, and then that's it basically. And then I'll have to come back tomorrow and clean up, because I've left a right mess in here, but I'll actually do a full clean up tomorrow. But I'll get this down on this video. Well, I've cut the 2 bits out now, which should theoretically go around there. So let's put it in and let's see if I've cut the holes in the right place. Right, guys, this shows you a little bit better, because I've still got to move it up about 2 inches there, why I've had to cut these bits out, because of the bits of wood that I've put as struts. So that shows you a lot better of why that's cut out there. So I'm just going to manoeuvre it into place now and then screw it down. So hopefully it shouldn't be much longer now. Well, that's it, guys. It's all done. It's solid as a rock now. No movement, except for the saw dropping on the floor. No movement whatsoever. That is absolutely solid. No problem with that at all. Absolutely solid, that is now. My God, that was a bit of a job. Well, I'm happy to say it's all completed now. All I've got left to do is put that board thing up and get rid of all of my wood and basically tidy up. I'm going to leave that till tomorrow now, because it's getting on a little bit now. Because I was messing around at Peter's place earlier doing videos and stuff. So I'm happy as Larry that it's all safe, it's all secure, there's no screws hanging off the floor, and it's all perfectly. Health and safety, eat your heart out. That's absolutely solid now. So that is going absolutely nowhere. So guys, don't forget, if you like this video, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you again tomorrow. There'll only be 1 video tomorrow. I know you ended up getting a treat and having 2 videos today, but that was by accident rather than design. Okay then, don't forget, if you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. See you later, guys.